Welcome to Chapter 3, A Brief History of AI and AI in Pop Culture. We'll start with Section 01, The Origins, where the dream began. Seeing the headlines today, you might assume artificial intelligence appeared overnight. But while the formal science is only about 70 years old, the human dream of building a thinking machine is ancient. Here is how we'll map out that journey. We will begin by exploring the ancient myths and early clockwork devices. Next, we will look at Alan Turing's groundbreaking test, followed by the historic workshop that officially launched the discipline. And finally, we will examine the first wave of software and the massive expectations that came with it. Let us begin with our first subsection, exploring the ancient origins of artificial beings. The desire to create something that thinks, works, and reasons on its own predates computers by thousands of years. It started in our earliest stories. Ancient Greek myths told of Talos, a giant bronze guardian built to patrol and protect, and Hephaestus, a craftsman god who forged mechanical servants. Jewish folklore described the golem, a figure shaped from clay and brought to life to defend its community. People were already asking if something made by human hands could be given a mind. Later, real inventors began constructing physical devices called automata. Using intricate gears, springs, and clockwork, these machines could write, draw, or play music. They didn't think, of course. They followed fixed mechanical designs. But to audiences at the time, they appeared remarkably alive. That sense of wonder often came with fear. Mary Shelley's 1818 novel Frankenstein tapped into the dread of a created being turning on its maker. And around the same time, a famous chess-playing machine called the Mechanical Turk toured the world, defeating human challengers. It was eventually exposed as a hoax, with a human hidden inside, proving how easily we can be fooled by the illusion of machine intelligence. This brings us to a myth versus reality check. The myth is that AI is a brand new invention that arrived the moment chatbots suddenly appeared. The reality is that today's tools are just the latest chapter in a very long story. What is new is that the technology now works well enough for everyday people to use. For millennia, humanity has been captivated by the idea of an artificial mind. By the mid-20th century, scientists finally had the technology to test the boundaries of that illusion. To transition from folklore to a formal scientific discipline, a pioneer needed to ask a clear, testable question. In 1950, British mathematician Alan Turing asked a very simple one: can machines think? Turing immediately hit a roadblock. The word think is incredibly hard to define, let alone measure. So he changed his approach. Instead of trying to prove what was happening inside a machine's circuits, he decided to test how it behaved on the outside. This led to what we now call the Turing test. Imagine a human judge having a typed conversation with two unseen partners. One is a human and the other is a machine. If the judge cannot reliably tell which one is the machine passes. Notice what this diagram measures. Passing the Turing test means a machine is excellent at imitating human conversation. It does not prove the machine actually understands the words it is typing. You can test this yourself. Try asking a modern chatbot to have a casual conversation as if it were a human classmate. Look closely for the moments it feels convincingly human and the moments it slips up. It highlights the vast difference between sounding human and actually understanding. 1.3. The Summer That Named a Field.
Turing provided the founding question, but it took a summer gathering 6 years later to formally launch the science of artificial intelligence. In 1956, researchers John McCarthy, Marvin Minsky, Nathaniel Rochester, and Claude Shannon organized a workshop at Dartmouth College. They invited top minds to study how these massive early computers might use language, solve complex problems, and even improve themselves. The organizers were incredibly optimistic. They believed a small group working over a single summer could make significant progress toward building a thinking machine. They didn't solve it, of course. AI turned out to be immensely difficult. But that 1955 proposal for the workshop did succeed in giving the field its enduring name: artificial intelligence. Looking at the timeline, we can trace this evolution clearly. We start in ancient times with myths of artificial beings like Talos. By 1818, Frankenstein popularizes the fear of a creation turning on its maker. In 1950, Alan Turing proposes the Turing test. And finally, in 1956, the Dartmouth workshop establishes AI as a formal field of study. By the end of that summer, an ancient dream had a scientific name, a clear set of goals, and a dedicated community ready to build the first true programs. 1.4. Early Programs and Big Promises. Following Dartmouth, researchers began writing software that did things no machine had ever done before. Programs like the logic theorist could prove mathematical theorems, while other early systems learned to play checkers and solve simple word puzzles. This era was dominated by what we call symbolic AI. Programmers wrote explicit human rules about symbols and logic for the computer to follow. Symbolic AI worked brilliantly for tidy, mathematically defined problems, but it quickly became brittle when applied to the messy, unpredictable real world. In the mid-1960s, Joseph Weizenbaum built Eliza, an early chatbot designed to imitate a therapist. Users would type out their feelings on a physical teletype interface, and Eliza would type responses back. Let's look behind the algorithm to see how Eliza faked those conversations. The program had no memory and zero knowledge. It simply scanned sentences for keywords and applied basic reflection rules. If you typed, "I feel sad," the algorithm matched the pattern and reflected it back as a question. Why do you feel sad? Eliza was entirely hollow, yet many users felt a deep emotional connection to it. This reaction is now known as the Eliza effect. It describes our powerful human tendency to read understanding into a machine that possesses none. The user supplies the meaning. The machine only follows patterns. Let's quickly summarize. The dream of thinking machines is thousands of years old. The science began when Alan Turing proposed measuring human-like behavior, and the 1956 Dartmouth workshop officially launched the field. From there, early programs like the logic theorist and Eliza produced impressive results. Take a moment to review the knowledge check questions and the foundational key terms on screen to ensure you grasp the core concepts. Make sure you can explain why AI is ancient, what the Turing test measures, and why Dartmouth is the field's birthplace. If there is one central lesson from this early history, it is that convincing machine output is not proof of real understanding. From the mechanical Turk to Eliza, we have always been eager to believe the illusion. Those early successes led researchers to make massive promises about the future of artificial intelligence. But the optimism ran far ahead of what the technology could actually deliver, setting the field up for a harsh reality check. We'll explore exactly what happened when those promises met reality in the next section.